Yeah! Yeah, damn it, yeah! Welcome, everybody, to the One Shot Killers podcast. I'm your host, the hardcore icon, Braden Scott Noon, with your co-host, the King of Bong Style, Jojo Valvano. Sir, how you doing?
I'm doing good, good brother. How are you doing? Good morning, by the way.
Good morning, good morning. I'm doing pretty good. I feel like Christian Cage looking at David Benoit.
Oh my gosh, that
Uh,
picture, bro. Like,
like,
Christian
bro,
Cage, bro.
the fact he's standing there looking at him like he's ready to make a dead dad joke, bro. That like,
Yeah, like that's if
bro.
Jericho's over there, dude, don't you do it. And
And then
Edge is
Edge is
like,
like, he's gonna
he's gonna do
do
it. But I'm
it.
happy that David Benoit was there and he got to take a picture with three legends, three of my favorites too. Three men that know his father very well.
True. I just want to see because David, I know before COVID. It's been a long time since I followed David Benoit in his wrestling journey, but I know before COVID he was looking at stepping into the ring.
Yeah.
And now I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if David will ever step in a ring.
I hope he does. If he wants to, give him a chance. He's got nothing to do with what happened. So like I don't want to see him be like punished for it. So if he wants to be in it, go for it. If you want to just be a fan, then go for it.
That's fair.
Of course, my
Uh,
cat's gonna do it. I knew it.
Bro, the minute I said too, your cat was just waiting for the moment we went live. And here it is. Yeah, meow, 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 meow.
Yep, I swear they like to do it. They like to
Meow.
go go. My bad. I swear.
Oh, no, you're good. You're making me laugh. Um,
Okay, but yeah, I just want to see the best for him. So if he goes to wrestle, he goes to wrestle. If he wants to just be a fan, then I'm happy with that too. But it was cool to see him backstage.
that's fair. And then, but before I get into the other news, we got a little bit of something special, bro. The show that he was at is the show that we get to talk about. We get to talk about AEW.
EW.
Oh, and you know what I just realized? Christian does get Christian gets what he had coming to him. I just realized this. If say that picture was before Dynamite, if you seen the end of Dynamite, you understand why Christian gets what's coming to him, bro.
He got his ass whooped, bro.
Yep, arm just went.
But before we get to that, we have to start the beginning, which was right to the start. It was Osprey and Moxley fighting in the parking lot. No,
Yes,
no, in the ring, nothing like that. We start right in the parking lot, and I love this. They were brawling. The
but it
Death
wasn't just
Riders,
Moxley. The Death
yeah,
Riders were there too.
they all jumped him too. And then out comes a car pulls up, and it's Windsor. What is that her name?
Yep, Alex Windsor,
Yeah,
and then
she
you
shows up.
have Callum Newman and I might fuck up some of these names. Henry and Francesco Akira. These are three members of the, I guess you could say, new United Empire.
Yeah, I didn't know them really besides the girl and obviously Osprey, but yeah, they all brawled. The one dude choke slammed Yuta, I think it was, right through a freaking car, like it was the hood, and like he freaking choke slammed him, and I thought that was cool. I liked how they started off like this. Osprey and Moxley are brawling, like they were just beating the shit out of each other everywhere. We get to the ring, and they're still fighting, and then finally the refs break them all up, and we get a main event. Well, it's not the main event, but it's the for the action main event. It was an 8-man chaos match, basically like no rules, no DQ, and this match was chaos. Honestly, like I actually really enjoyed this 8-man main event.
Oh, me too. I thought it
Like
was fucking awesome.
I thought it was a very very good match.
It was
But
called
then
Chaos in Canada. But
yeah, yes, very good. But bro, unfortunately, we get to the segment with Don Callis announcing that Kyle Fletcher is no longer the TNT champion.
Now, this pissed me off because first you got them saying Ozzy Open's back, right? And I had noticed that I didn't see no Mark Davis or Kyle Fletcher, and I'm already thinking, what the fuck? Because I didn't know these guys are a part of a new United Empire.
Me either. Like I
And
haven't watched
so,
Japan really, so
me neither. And
nothing
so,
against them, but it's too early.
And so the fact that, they're on here, they're being called United Empire, and then the next fucking segment is Don Callis going, TNT champion Kyle Fletcher's injured, and we're going to have a casino battle royal or something like that for his title. I'm like, what?
Yeah, which sucks for Kyle Fletcher because he was such on a rise, and like I feel like he was gonna do big things. And Tony Khan said he's gonna be gone for a little bit. Like I don't know how long that's gonna be, but it's gonna be a while basically. But like
Hmm.
it just sucks because I'm a big Kyle Fletcher fan.
Then
But
you have
like
Okada and Takeshita trying to beat the shit out of each other. And meanwhile, Don Callis admitted he loves it. He don't give a fuck. He said, let them
yeah,
fight.
and then he made a match with the Young Bucks against them too. If Okada and Takeshita can win and get on the same page, then Okada will or Takeshita will get a championship match against Okada at Double or Nothing.
Yes, sir.
And
And
that
then
that's that right there. That's
and
gonna be
then
money. The Young Bucks, Okada, and Takeshita this Sunday.
oh, beautiful.
Take my money.
And then we get into the Don Callis family. Andrade El Idolo, Mark Davis, Konosuke Takeshita versus Darby Allen, Bandito, and Jack Perry. With the Don Callis family winning. Now, bro, I'll admit this was a high speed trios match. Both sides of this match fucking delivered. And
Yes.
honestly, the second match on the show is usually a waste of time and it's kind of ass. This was pretty fucking good, bro. I'm going to
Yeah.
say these guys went out there and they fucking delivered. You got Takeshita counteracting Bandito's 21 plex into a blue thunder bomb, which was fucking awesome, by the way. Um,
Takeshita, bro. Can we just? He's great.
and it would be Takeshita, bro, who ended up securing the W for the Don Callis family.
Yes, sir.
And then a massive fight breaks out. The Young Bucks and the Rascals came out against more the Don Callis family. What do you think of this, brother?
I thought it was all right. Like it was. I thought the match itself was a little better. Honestly, the 6-man tag, the trios match, whatever you want to call it, was awesome. I thought that was great. The Young Bucks coming out and like all the chaos after, I didn't really care much about. Nothing against it, but like we already just seen some chaos, so I personally didn't care about this.
You thought it was too close together?
Yeah, in a way, but I'm not hating on Okada Takeshita versus the Bucks. That's $50 worth right there.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
and then of
And
course Double or Nothing. You get Okada Takeshita in New York City.
that's gonna be some damn good fucking shit. Ow.
That's a match right there that's selling it. Right there is telling me I'm buying Dynasty and I'm buying Double or Nothing.
And bro, what about women's TBS championship match? Willow Nightingale versus Queen Aminata.
Decent match. Like I thought it was pretty okay. It was fine. Nothing against it. I knew Willow for the most part was going over, and Sheeta was in the crowd for some reason, watching over, looking at her. So I'm guessing after Jamie on Sunday, she'll be next. But see, no Jamie tonight or last night. Like she didn't show up or anything,
Yeah,
and
I
she has a
know.
match.
They didn't even mention her.
Yeah, like so, like that's weird to me. Like, why book her in a match if Sheeta's the one staring at her? It should be
Because
Sheeta versus Willow, if anything.
see, I hate when this kind of shit happens. Like, it reminds me of when WWE used to do, like, Brock Lesnar versus Dominic Mysterio WWE Championship. But then the following week, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns WWE Championship.
So we
If
know.
Brock Lesnar wins. And it's just like, bro, you already told me who's going to win.
Yeah, like nothing against the Willow and Queen match, but it's like I knew she wasn't gonna win. She was just coming back for one. Willow has a title match this Sunday, so that also tells me she's not gonna lose. And then Sheeta's over there staring at her. So it's like, is that her next challenge? I'm guessing at Double or Nothing. So does that mean she's beating Jamie most likely? Well, she probably is.
I feel like one or
Wait, no.
two.
See, I'm thinking about the wrong person. Jamie's going after Tekla. I'm so
What?
stupid. I'm so
No,
stupid.
no, don't tell me Jamie Hayter's going for the women's title.
Yeah, she is. I'm so stupid. I'm literally thinking about the wrong match. Okay, so this at least makes sense for Sheeta. Okay, totally
Bro,
beat
the
all
women.
that.
Hold on, wait. You're telling me someone who ain't done nothing, literally nothing.
Is going for a title shot. Yeah,
Oh,
she's gonna
oh.
lose, but I like Jamie, but she's not really doing. She shouldn't really be fighting for the title right now. But yeah, that's totally Sheeta going after Willow makes sense now. Now that okay, totally
All
okay.
right. Well, Joe, this might be better. Tommaso Ciampa versus Mascara Dorada.
I thought this match was really good.
Bro, this was fucking awesome. Absolutely fucking delivered, bro. Like this,
Massacre, what's his name?
Dorada,
Yeah, he's very good too. Like honestly, I think he was a part of the
the Lucha House Party.
yeah, which I didn't really care about back in the day, but I
You
knew he
you
was
don't
talented.
you guys don't remember Lucha,
Yeah, I
Lucha,
remember that. I remember
Lucha.
that.
Like, come on, bro. It was a huge thing.
But honestly, he's very good. He wasn't shown like this in WWE, so I didn't really know. But he had a good match with Champa. I knew he wouldn't win. Champa going over in the number one spot for the Casino Gauntlet makes sense. Let him run the whole thing and win it. That's
So,
my pick to win.
no, bro, I might have just been high. I may have just not been paying attention, but I swear, watching last night, I thought Ciampa wrestled two matches.
No, he wrestled in that one match, and he's gonna be on Sunday in the Casino Gauntlet. But
Man,
the match was really good. It was like 15, 16 minutes, and both guys delivered. But Champa in the end, bro, took that boy out, got the win, and he's gonna win that title back. That's
I
my
mean,
choice for Sunday.
I have the notes in front of me. For example, my key moments note is earlier in the night it was announced that Kyle Fletcher had to vacate the TNT championship due to injury.
Yeah,
A casino gauntlet at Dynasty will crown a new champion. By winning this match, Tommaso Ciampa earned the first entry spot in that gauntlet. And no, I don't care how I just pronounced it. It does not say Tommaso Ciampa in my notes. Um, and so I knew he won, but
yeah.
I don't know why. I genuinely couldn't tell you why. I thought he wrestled twice last night.
No, he wrestled one time, but he won in the match, and it was a really good match, like I said. But Tekla did actually talk last night because I have it right here. Jamie wasn't on it, but Tekla did talk about Jamie saying she's gonna beat her and all that,
Yes.
which obviously she will.
Now my bad because your notes may be more in order than mine. So I separate the matches and then the promos. So
I
I don't.
just do it the minute I see it. The minute I see it on the screen, I put it down.
For me, I wait till commercials, so that's why they're in separate
Yeah,
categories.
it's fine though. We also
Uh,
had a segment with Gabe Kidd talking about Darby again, and I'm just like over here, like, what?
Yeah, the dogs they laid out Orange Cassidy and Roger Strong, and they cut a damn good promo. But bro, my thing about it is David Finley's not ready for that. He ain't ready for. He might want it, but he ain't ready for it.
I don't really care about anything that's going on about this.
All right. Well, what do you think about, I have this one as my first promo because to me it was probably the most important one besides Fletcher being announced as injured. Chris Jericho signing his new AEW contract, addressing the fans. Now, bro, I just want to first and foremost say I was right. All right. Like, all these pretend Jericho fans. I think you know who we're talking about. All right, Joe. All these Jericho fans who just hopped on the bandwagon. All right, fuck them. All right, because Joe, when Jericho was in the inner circle, who cheered? Me. All right, when he was in the Jericho Appreciation Society, who cheered? Me. When he was by himself, who cheered? Me. All right, and when he started the greatest faction ever known to man, the Learning Tree. Who was
Awful.
there? Me.
Awful television.
Okay.
Garbage.
And then, Joe, you have these fickle ass marks. All right, that's what they are,
Please
marks.
retire.
Yep. You already know what I was gonna say. Chanting shit like that. Please
Me.
retire. All right, and then everybody's like, oh my god, in the crate, the WWE Elimination Chamber, it's gonna be Chris Jericho. Ah. All right, and then it turned out to be Dan. All right, and then everybody fucking booed, bro. They booed the dog dick out of Danhausen on his fucking debut, bro. All right, now they
It
like
was
him
awful.
now. They like him now, but they booed the dog shit out of Danhausen.
Chicago. Gotta love
Yeah,
them.
and bro, and I tried to tell all those Chicago idiots. I tried to tell this idiot
We
and
love
everyone who would
Chicago.
listen. I love Chicago, bro. I'm 4 hours away. All right, and yeah, they got some of the best fucking pizza in the world. All
See,
right,
I say that too. I say that too. I'm glad I'm not alone.
but bro, let me tell you something. All right, let me tell you something. I don't give a fucking rat's ass, bro. I told everybody for weeks that's Danhausen. Don't be upset when it's not Jericho. Jericho is loyal to AEW. He loves AEW. He started AEW, bro. Like, fuck Cody Rhodes. Chris Jericho was the first AEW world champion. All right, bro? And then when he came back, all right, and everybody was like, yay, hooray! You know, like that prodigal son moment, Joe. I was the proud papa who knew his son was going to come home. All right. And
Yeah.
so, this is one where, first the fans owe me an apology.
Thank you, Brandon.
You're welcome.
Are you
All right.
welcome? Are you happy? Or are you welcome? Are you happy?
I'm pretty content, but Chris Jericho was going to sign my AEW contract. Okay, all right, he was going to be back in the place that I cheered him from day one,
You
and
know what? Guess what, bro? You know what happens when you don't. You know what happens when you have a bald head? Do you know what happens?
no, because
You just made the list.
oh, thankfully I ain't fucking bald.
That's
But
what he
bro,
said to Ricochet.
oh, I know, and that was funny as hell. Funny as hell, but I realized he never signed the contract. Like, if you go back and watch the promo, he never actually signs the contract.
Just like Braun Strowman, just like Brock and Oba, they didn't sign the contract either. What is with these contracts? But we're getting Ricochet versus Jericho on Sunday because that's what he said is in the contract. He gets to pick his opponent.
No, I'm sorry, this is not a pay-per-view match.
It is for me, honestly, because Ricochet.
It, like Joe, we all know Jericho's gonna win.
I think
Little,
it's punishment for Ricochet.
oh, it is, it is. But now here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Even if that match was 2 minutes, Jericho just comes out, entrance, hits him with that one back elbow, 1, 2, 3, right? He's still getting paid.
Yeah,
So if losing a 2 minute match is a punishment, but I'm still collecting a paycheck,
that's a win.
that's a win for me, shit,
But
bro.
I
And
still feel like we're gonna get at least like 12 minutes in it. It's gonna be like at least a little decent
oh,
match.
oh, I know. It's just like wrestling punishments are weird to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're weird to me because, like, if you're saying that you're gonna punish me, Joe, by me losing to Chris Jericho, a legend of this business, on pay-per-view, like I said, I wouldn't even give a fuck if the match was 2 minutes. If you're still telling me, Joe, for 2 minutes of work, I'm gonna get paid 500,000 from Big Money Tony. Okay.
you just have to have Jericho on the show, and it makes sense to me to have Ricochet because he's Jericho's the good guy, Ricochet's a bad guy, so it works good for me. And
Oh,
it's a decent match. Like I don't think it's gonna be a bad match.
it's not going to be a bad match. It's a very decent match. And I think if it had more build, I would be more excited.
It's
And I
just like
understand not every
yeah,
match needs 6 months of build. I understand that. But I mean, bro, Jericho just came back. The
yeah,
match really does not make sense. But however, I'm still excited that Jericho is back. I'm excited that the match is happening at all. But sometimes, Joe, and I'm just that person who wants things to have a reason. I guess
yeah.
you
I
could
feel
say.
you.
I just feel like there's no reason. That's
It
all.
was just put together very soon, honestly. Like that's how I felt. But
Right, kind of like all of WWE's booking for their whole WrestleMania pay per view.
yeah. But then we get to a good segment that I enjoyed. Edge and Christian calling out FTR, and Christian said that he basically effed their moms, which was funny. Like I thought
uh,
that was hilarious.
bro, that was funny as hell. And then they get beat up. Big Stoke, bro, hits the biggest spear I
His
have ever
life.
seen,
He
bro.
sold it. He was like, whoop.
And then you see Big Stoke coming up. Yeah, that was
uh,
funny as hell, bro.
who was
And
it? It was, I think, Trent and someone else that attacked them back from like behind them because they were looking at
yeah,
FTR, and then two guys attacked them, and then it was 4 or 5 on 2, and they put Christian's arm on a freaking a chair and jumped on it.
and bro, that's what he gets. That's what he gets, bro.
Yes,
First, he's looking at David Benoit like he's about to make fun of his dead dad. Then you got him talking about how he fucked FTR's moms.
that's what you
Uh,
get, Christian Cage,
he
Father of the
deserves it,
Year,
bro.
Father
He
of the
deserves
Year.
it. How is that father of the year, bro? He
He's
was about
Father of the
to.
Year.
He was about to rip on a guy who don't have a daddy.
That's still so funny to me. I know I'm evil for that, but if he ever does wrestle, David, please stay away from Christian. If you hear his music, you
Run.
seriously better run. Cause like I could feel for the other wrestlers, but like only him I can just imagine.
And bro, like then the craziest shit didn't even happen on Dynamite, bro.
It was
So
behind.
no, it was in the WWE actually. Natalia is the one who posted that picture, and yes, we're going to talk about this picture. Natalia posted a picture of a whole bunch of people at her wrestling school. Jay Uso's there, and it just so happens the talent that he has his arm around, the face of that talent is blocked off with a kitty kissing facing emoji. And I'm just thinking, who the fuck is that? And I can already tell, even though the face is blocked off, who it is. But then we have more evidence because Joe, it's kind of like a good court case. You might be right just based off your first guess, but you need more evidence to prove it in the court of law.
Yep.
All right. So, Joe, I'm going to show you some shit right here. All right. And you tell me, innocent or guilty? Are we innocent or guilty for this one, bro? All right. So, if you guys haven't seen the picture, shit. Okay. So, try to get it in there as best as I can. All right. Yeah, yeah. Here's the whole picture. I'm going to kind of move it to the
Yep. There
side.
she is. There's
All right.
good old Miss Parker.
Now, bro. Here's the dead giveaway. All right. I want to show you the dead giveaway. So, you see right there on her waist the red band.
Yeah.
All right. This is Jada Parker with a fan, and there's that same outfit, same red band.
Yeah, that's her. It's obvious.
And
Him
bro,
just putting a face over her, just like you should have just kept it. Like what? It's not like a big deal, or if anything.
and then here's the craziest part. And I think them putting the emoji on her face makes it more of a big deal, like they're trying to hide it.
Isn't he
Cause like is
married?
it, yeah, he's married. And so bro,
Another dirty Dom.
Now Jay Uso, bro, I want you to notice did not post this picture. Natalia did. So if it's no big deal, why is she blocking her face out?
Yeah, another dirty Dom, man. I swear.
And then, not only that, you look right where his hand's at, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing there, Mister J Uso. Well, we all know what you're doing there, but
We all know what he's doing. He's clapping that ass. I mean,
well,
Joe.
this is for the children, Brandon.
And what the children are going to do it one day too, Joe. All right, but listen, Joe,
That's
Joe,
funny.
listen to me. This is about as crazy as the next thing I'm going to tell you. Vince McMahon, bro, never actually left the WWE after WrestleMania 39. He was still there for almost another year.
Call me shocked.
And
If you watch the
Joe,
product, you could tell.
I still feel like he's still there.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, the way it is, like,
Like, bro, do you remember this one match? It was your favorite match, actually. I
oh,
remember
if you
this.
say it, if you say it,
All right, let's see if you're thinking the same match I'm thinking. All right, bro, there was a tag match. I think last week's SmackDown, maybe week before. All right, it's R-Truth and Damian Priest, who
oh
for
my,
some reason are the tag team champions, versus Kit Wilson and The Miz. The Miz had just hit the skull crushing finale. He's going for the pin. One, two, The ref's arm couldn't come down for the
that
three,
was the
bro.
most Vince McMahon thing I've ever seen.
He got a Charlie horse in his arm.
That was
All right.
awful.
And then fucking Truth tags in Damian Priest. And then you see the ref can't do it with this arm. Has to do it with the other one. One, two, and then three. And then as the three's happening, you hear the fucking commentators, left it, left it, left it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going
Awful,
on,
bro.
bro?
That show was awful Friday. Nothing about that show was good.
Bro, I feel like Vince McMahon's still there.
I
I'm
wouldn't
going to
even be
straight up say it.
shocked. I would
I
not be
think
shocked.
I think the Big Back is still in charge.
I would not be shocked, honestly. I wouldn't.
And then
But
speaking of old Vinny, Janelle Grant filed another lawsuit
not
against
shocked.
WWE and Vincent Kennedy and McMahon.
Not shocked, honestly. Oh my gosh, this Vince stuff.
And
Uh,
let's now now this is how you know, Joe. This is how you know the old man's back. All right, what is something that Vince McMahon would do? He would ruin any opportunity to get eyes on the competition. All right, Joe, we were about to see a legendary performance. This not even on fucking TV, not even on pay-per-view. So would we have got to see it? Probably not, unless somebody put it on YouTube. All right, Joe, but Brian Myers Wrestling School, Create a Pro Wrestling. Well, yeah, Create a Pro. Fucking it was going to be Nick Nemeth versus MJF, who used to be, by the way, MJF used to be a Creative Pro student. All right. And it was going to be MJF versus Nick Nemeth. And, bro, what a match that would have been, right?
nope,
And, nope. And then I
can't
think
have that.
it was supposed to be Ricochet versus
Leon Slater.
Leon Slater. That
Nope.
match is now off the card. And I feel like there was one more.
Um, somebody else got took off. That was. Hold on, let me look it up really quick. Because I did see who. There was a one more. Oh, look, somebody else is thinking about what Christian's looking at. That's the first thing I said. Oh, look, Nick Nemeth commented about it. He said he was really, really excited. He was looking forward to the match, but revealed it was canceled after learning mid travel due to certain partnerships and brands. He
so,
explained Carlos had to make a difficult decision. We just can't kind of do whatever we want, and I'm crushed.
bro,
It's awful.
I don't think that another company should have such control over another company
Yeah.
that you can't work with company C, I guess. Company A says you can't work with company A tells company B you can't work with company C. That just don't seem right.
Typical WWE bullying, not letting another like let TNA work with. They're not even working with them really. They're just doing a couple matches. That's all. The Leon Slater match, that match would have been sick, but of course, nope. And then of course MJF, Nick Nemeth, nope. Look what Ray said about Balor whooping Balor or Dom's ass. He said, "Whoop his ass, man." That deadbeat man.
Bro, you know what? I respect to that.
That's
Respect
funny,
to
bro.
that.
That's funny. Oh, see, like Ricochet, Leon Slater would have been such a good match, but like I don't get why they gotta keep doing this shit. Two good matches that we could have seen, but nope.
It's because
WWE.
it's because they hate us, Joe. And that's
Oh,
why.
now you sound like me, because that's what I say all the time.
Yeah, like here I'm looking at the Leon Slater and Ricochet one right now.
Me too.
And here's what it says. This is actually from WrestleCon because this is where it was going to happen. This is the official tweet on this. Despite being previously cleared, so at one point, Joe, it was okay by all parties and respective management. Leon Slater has been pulled from this match 1 week prior to our memorial event. We will have more to say at a later time, but we wanted to be immediately transparent to all fans. So, Joe, what if you're a fan who already bought a ticket because maybe, Joe, you wanted to go see some of these matches?
Why did you wait this long to do it when it's just coming up instead of just saying like the whole time, hey, we can't do that?
I think they did it on purpose. I'm just going to say that. I think
This
they
is
did it on
like
purpose.
this is messed up. You're not just hurting your wrestlers, you're hurting your fans now that went to go see. See, this is what I mean.
Bro, here's another
What?
injury. Are you ready for this?
Oh no, who?
You remember how I said Top Flight could have always been something, but the older brother, Mark Quinn, keeps getting injured?
He's hurt again, isn't
He's hurt again.
he? Wait, did you say Top Flight?
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I meant to say Private Party.
I was about to
Private
say because
Party's Mark Quinn. No, Top Flight's bro. No, Top Flight's bro also keeps getting injured. But this is Private Party. I'm sorry.
I
Private
missed
Party.
Private Party.
Private Party's Mark Quinn is injured, and it's a bad injury. It is a bad injury. He will be gone for a significant amount of time, and this is after he just returned from a 1 year absence.
Now, what if the other member of Private Party? What if he
Uh,
joined the Hurt Syndicate? The Hurt Syndicate.
um,
They're
you
they're
know,
trying to get members.
I could see Isaiah. I could see Isaiah doing that. I just don't know if it would be the. I don't know if it's the right choice, and this sucks, bro, because Private Party
They
had
could
just made their return. What, in February,
yeah, and
where
then
they
they
had
were
that
gone
number one
again.
contenders, and then now we know that they're gone again because he got injured.
But that's why I would have the other guy doing something. Keep him in like get him built up with like the Hurt Syndicate or something because they are trying to get members. So like try to see if that works out and maybe we'll get something going with that. If not, not don't just not have him on TV. Like I understand you want to have him with his partner, but you could try something. You never know. But
Oh, absolutely, and then
did you see Darby's promo though?
no.
He was literally like, bro, like I have to win. Like he was talking about I have to beat Andrade. Like you don't understand. You don't understand. Like everybody puts like he was just going off like I'm so used to people putting me down, 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 just screaming. Like his promo was very fire.
Oh,
Talking about
and
Andrade.
you know how Vince Russo hates AEW, right?
Yeah, he had him on his podcast with Coachman I watched.
Yeah, no, Tony Khan will be live with the coach and Vince Russo.
No, it was already it happened like Tuesday.
Oh,
I watched it.
maybe I'm just seeing things coming late. I'm just searching for news.
Yeah, I think you are because that happened Tuesday at like 5:30 or Wednesday, something like that. No, I think it was
Gotcha.
Tuesday. It was Tuesday. But yeah, it was a
Uh,
good it was a kind of good little interview. Tony was his normal, 50-50
and
answering questions.
and
Like
then
he
I'm just kind of looking for anything that may we may be able to find, right?
in that
Um,
interview, bro, with Coach and Vince Russo, he literally said that he's still fans of Ricky and Britt Baker, and I'm just thinking like you're a fan, then why wasn't Britt on TV?
so and here's my thought to that, right? So,
Boss.
if you're fans of them, book them. If you're not fans of them and
Let
you're
them
not
go.
going to book them, let them go. And you don't have to give a fake answer. Like maybe you don't want to air the dirty laundry. Fine. You
I
don't
get
got to
that.
air the dirty laundry. All you have to say is, look, right now we have no plans for Britt Baker. I don't know what her AEW future looks like. But if somehow we were to work everything out, Joe, I'm very excited to bring Britt Baker back to TV. That's all he would have to say.
Yeah,
I didn't say, oh, she's a bad employee. I didn't say she started this and that. Nothing. Just right now we ain't got her. I hope one day we get her back. That's it.
I agree. I just think that's crazy how he says that because it's like you're the boss, but whatever. That's just
And
weird.
the thing is, Joe, when there's money and contracts and TV deals and sponsors and everything involved, you gotta you gotta understand. You have to be careful of everything you say. Like, thankfully, Joe, we're a small platform. All right, we don't have to necessarily. And though this may come back to bite us in the ass one day, we don't have to be as careful with what we say. All right.
Well, we
Now,
do, but we don't as well.
we do, but we don't, right? If
Yeah,
we really genuinely, I'm going to say this, if we genuinely were like, if we were, like, you know how Chris Van Vliet goes to the AEW and WWE shows?
yeah,
Like, if we were doing stuff like that, I promise you, we would not have the freedom of speech that we do. All
and that's why
right?
I'm glad we don't because I no offense, I like what we do. We're honest and we're not trying to go do it. Like we're not trying to be in one of the companies and like I would think that'd be great and all. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm not trying to do that.
Right, and I don't, and I can't ever see me or you ever coming on here when a show is awful, and then just because maybe we're getting paid or being offered free
Yeah, just
tickets to be like, hey, yeah, that was great, yeah, tune in next week, yeah.
now if they're fine with us being real, then we'll do it. But it's like I'm not gonna sit there and say, "Hey, a show was great." When no,
But
it
now
wasn't.
maybe some of our tougher criticisms, some of the cursing, some of the smoking, right? I could see them being like,
Yeah, we
slow
gotta
down on
chill
that,
on that.
pal.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I understand that. We gotta. I
Instead,
understand.
do
I'm
what
not
they do with the
completely stopping.
rascals. You know how
I'm not
what?
completely stopping though, but yeah, I know like, we got to get a little better on that.
Well, you know what they do with the rascals, right?
Yeah, they smoke.
No, they don't. What they do is they take Halloween foggers. If you've ever seen those smoke foggers, you know what I'm saying. All right, they fill a room up with smoke. They squinch their like, bro. You know I ain't smoked. You know I ain't smoked all day. They they squinch their eyes like this and be like, bro.
I actually do think they smoke though,
Oh no, I definitely think they smoke because you can only fake it so well. You know what I mean? If you've never smoked, but
especially the munchies when they're like, "Oh man, got any munchies?"
no, but now, like
Yeah,
you could, like for example, though, I don't think when they're recording those promos, I don't think they're high. So that's one where, like, they're probably faking it a little bit. So they'd be like, you can
yeah,
do that, but then it's just like, okay, okay, why are we doing this? You know what I mean? Like the way I see it is this: we live in such a different time period where it's not like when we were kids growing up. You know what I mean? Where like maybe Joe, someone around you smokes, they try to hide it. I remember a family friend of ours telling us, "It's this ain't drugs. This is incense. It's an incense burner." And now I didn't know as a kid. You're just kind of stupid. Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I believed it. And then when I started smoking, I like these are just stories that I look back at now and I'm like, damn, I caught on to it. But my thing about it now is we've seen how cannabis helps with folks with autism, Tourette's, depression,
Come on.
anxiety, PTSD for our military veterans. My fiance she has scoliosis super bad. Before the surgery, her back was like a letter S. Now it's kind of like this. Still, so her back's still fucked up. So every day she's in constant pain. So, like, we've seen that cannabis, yes, can be a very good thing. Now, I'm going to also tell you it can be a very bad thing. Because here's the thing, right? If you do it too much and you do it too long, you don't dream anymore. I guarantee you a lot of daily smokers will understand that they don't get a lot of dreams. All right, second thing, it
I
can turn
dream a
off.
lot.
Oh, I do not. So that's kind of interesting. Um, the second thing is that it turns off you- your sensitivity to emotion. So like you just kind of become numb to things when you smoke a little bit, or everything
Yeah.
becomes super funny, but you don't necessarily feel like that warmth of love or necessarily even hatred. You're just kind of stuck in whatever emotion that you're in. So there's some bad things to it, and I think truthfully, this has always been me. This is just my opinion. So different strokes for different folks, but this is me. I don't smoke all day every day. I smoke every night, but I'm not smoking constantly throughout the day unless that's my day off. Then I don't care. All right. But however, on the days that I'm working, I'm always sober at work. I'm always doing my best at work. And I pay my bills. I take care of my fiance because she relies on me. Like I said, with her back being super messed up, I'm taking care of her and me. All right. And then, at the end of the day, when we come and go live, that's actually when I'm smoking for the first time throughout the day. So I've just learned this. If you don't let it control you, and it doesn't take every
Yeah.
aspect of your life, you're good. But there are some folks.
No, it does. Then
But then there are some folks, Joe, and I know you've seen this, where they're like, Bro, let's go smoke. And you're like, bro, we just smoked. What are you talking about? And then he's like, come on, bro, I'm bored. Like,
yeah, that's I understand it sometimes, but a lot of times I'm like, oh, I'm good.
uh-huh. So I know you know what I'm talking about. And
Yeah, I
I know for
do.
you it's an actual medicine. But that's one where, I feel like if we were ever a Chris Van Vliet, we couldn't be ourselves. I don't think we can be ourselves.
Yeah, like I I can still go on a talk show and talk normal and not have to smoke, but it's like when we're on our show, we're smoking.
Right.
And if you're gonna be on our show, it's like I'm not gonna stop what I'm
Right.
doing.
It's kind of like if you like, bro, if you invite me to your home, right, and you don't smoke,
Yeah,
I'm not going to disrespect your home, and I'm not going to disrespect you. All right. So I won't smoke while I'm at your house. All right. But now, however, you come to my home, respectfully, different rules. Now, if you
absolutely.
like say, because for example, I'm allergic to cigarettes, and a lot of people are in my life did not really give a damn. All right. So there were times I'd go spend the night at someone's house or something like that. I'd come back red as a cherry tomato. So like if you're allergic to the
Mm,
shit, I'm not gonna smoke around you even if it's at my house.
yeah.
But if you're not allergic and you come in and you smell some shit,
Sorry.
sorry, bro, you just smelled some shit. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. I'll spray it down a little bit, but it's my house. Like,
Right.
but
And then hi Brandon, it's Danny and Evan. Stoked to see you, buddy. Hey, how's it going? And see, it's actually cool to see y'all on here. How you doing? And I'm stoked to see you as well. Um, so that was pretty cool. My bad. I haven't been looking at comments, so I just seen that.
I haven't even either. But heck yeah, thanks for joining us.
And
But
that's my family in there, bro. So thank you guys for checking in.
that's awesome.
And
But what about that main event, brother? That 8-man chaos match. What did you think about that?
so, bro, honestly, I thought it was really great, but I'm normally not the biggest fan of 8-man tags. I just for some
Yeah,
reason it
cluster
becomes
fucks.
exactly that's exactly what it becomes, bro. A huge cluster, and so from and then so anyways it becomes a huge cluster, and I don't necessarily care for that. But I thought this was pretty good, bro. United Empire versus Death
Death
Riders.
Riders.
Um, I
Yeah.
almost said Don Callis family, so I'm glad you said something. Like I thought this was pretty solid. Pull up my
Yes.
notes again because I ain't reading nothing. Um, and see.
It was a
It was a
brawl.
brawl, but I'm not happy that United Empire won because I feel like every single week Will Ospreay's had his number, and so this is just telling me come pay per view time, Moxley's going to beat
Moxley's winning.
Ospreay.
Which, in my opinion, since it's for the title now, it makes sense. But like, Osprey's been getting the upper hand every time, and like, obviously he's gonna lose now because the title's on the line. Because Osprey don't need it.
No,
He needs the world title. not the Continental title. Like the match is gonna be fine, but like it kind of ruins it now because Osprey got the win on Moxley, I believe. He pinned Moxley too. So it's like that just gives it away that you're gonna lose on Sunday, which he should. But if it wasn't or if it was non-title, he should win. But now it's for the title, so he's obviously gonna
Oh,
lose.
100%.
But
And I love Osprey, and I feel like he should not be losing necessarily because he just came back from injury. We're trying to build him up for All In. So I feel like,
yeah,
losing doesn't necessarily help his case. But however, it's like
yeah,
you're not beating Moxley for the title, bro. He hasn't even held the title that long.
yeah.
So,
You don't even need the title
right.
either.
And
So
so that's one for me where it's just kind of like I wish they would have
uh,
not put the title on the line, but hey.
yeah. But now we get to MJF and Kenny's promo because Kenny comes out talking about MJF, which like I enjoyed this. Like I like how they do a lot of the promos. That's what I felt like about this show again. It was Jericho and Ricochet. It was the beginning. It was the Edge and Christian FTR stuff. It was MJF and Kenny Omega. Like I really enjoyed all the promos to this show. And this one was very, very good. MJF and Kenny. Like I still don't believe Kenny's gonna win the world title, obviously, because he's not. But he could, but I don't personally think he should because like that's the if you want to give them a moment, Kenny Osprey fine. But if you want to do a story, MJF Osprey is the match. So like
Right.
MJF has to beat Kenny,
And that's one where
but like
I'm personally a fan of building stories because, when you have a match, you want it to be that big fight feel. All right. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And if to me, this is what sells the tickets. You got to give people a reason to buy. Now, look, sometimes when a match is good and it's going to be good, story or not, sure, just throw it in. But for me, I want not only for it to be a good match, I want it to feel like it's something that you've waited and waited and waited to get to. Now we're finally giving it to you, and it's got all this anticipation and build to it, and you're just dying to see it. That is something that I feel is missing out of wrestling in a lot of sense in today's world. Um, Throughout all the companies actually. And so for me,
yeah,
if we're trying to build Osprey up as the next big baby face of AEW, build
he's
to
gonna
that
win.
match.
But also Kenny took out MJF too, which is why I know he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
He took the ring off him, and he literally said like he basically like that. That's literally like wrestling 101. If the
Mhm.
good guy is standing tall on the last episode before the pay per view, he's losing,
So I've learned it.
or anyone in
Right, I was about
general.
to say I've learned it this way. It doesn't matter heel or face, right? If you're taking the L or you're getting beat up on the go home show, chances are on the pay per view
You're losing.
you're winning. All right. Now, if you're like say like Kenny beating up MJF, you know that MJF's winning. It's just that easy of
And
a
it just
switch,
makes
bro.
sense.
And
It just makes sense
right,
too.
because the idea of it is like we want both guys to look good, but at the same time, if you follow wrestling, I truly believe this. If you follow wrestling, say for more than 3 years, you will start to notice a pattern, and the pattern typically goes, the first 3 weeks to a pay per view pretty much rinse and repeat. All right. Then it's that go home show. Whoever champion or challenger, whoever goes over on that go home show is probably losing on pay per view.
Yeah, and honestly, we talked about this last night, or not last night, but Tuesday
Mm.
night, that normally go home shows aren't all that
But this
good,
was great.
and normally, yeah, I enjoyed this episode for the most part. Like the only things I didn't really personally care about would be the Gabe Kid promo, and then the TBS title match was decent. Just I didn't really care much about it, but it was
Mm.
fine. But like that's probably the two things I would say like is negative for me on this show. But the parking lot beginning of the show was great. I loved how they start that. Don't start in the ring every time. Go backstage. Go somewhere else. Do something different. That's what I love about AEW. So they started off great with that. The 6-man tag with Darby, Jack Perry, and Bandito was excellent. Loved that. Champa in his match was very good. Both guys. Champa winning was the right move
Yes,
too.
sir.
He's gonna win the title back. Um, the Edge and Christian and FTR stuff I thought was really good too. The Darby promo was very passionate. The 8-man chaos match was very enjoyable. Like these guys went crazy. And then I also really enjoyed MJF and Kenny's
Hmm.
promo. So for the most part, I really thought this was a solid, good go home show for Dynasty, and I'm excited for this pay per view,
Oh,
bro. Like,
100%. And that's where, like I was saying, like if we just go and look at, the last couple shows, and you tell me what pay-per-view are you buying, chances are it's AEW Dynasty because it's had the best
yeah,
build to it. I love WWE, I love TNA, but the build to their pay-per-views, I didn't even know TNA's pay-per-view was Saturday, bro. And I'm
yeah,
telling you, I'm not going to pick it over Dynasty. There's just no way, bro. But now I still do feel bad for AEW and TNA because
yeah,
I guarantee you it was a WWE call the reason those matches aren't
yeah.
happening.
And it sucks, man, to be honest. But like, think about it. We got Darby Andrade on Sunday, MJF and Kenny for the world title,
Hmm.
FTR versus Christian and Edge for the tag team titles, Jamie versus Tekla for the women's title, the Casino Gauntlet match, which I really want Ciampa to win. Um, the Mox or yeah Moxley ver wait Moxley ver who's Moxley wrestling? Why did I just forget? Oh, Moxley versus Osprey for the Continental title will be great. Bucks versus Okada and Takeshita, and then I think there's an eighth match which is on the pre-show 0 hour, and that's Windsor versus I think Marina, if I'm right. Which 8 matches, it looks like 7 of them that I'm really excited for. If I'm being honest, and that's the whole show,
Right.
the whole
And
card.
I was about to say, if the only thing that you're telling me you're not excited for is the pre-show match, which I think sounds good anyways, like hell, bro, that's a damn good
That's the
pay-per-view.
that's the whole show, like literally the whole show. And honestly, I'm excited for it, bro. And I'm about to look up the attendance for it because I did say 8K, I
Yes,
believe,
sir.
but I want to make sure I was right because that's still not the most, but it's actually the most for that event, which is kind of crazy. I read. So let's see attendance 2026. Okay. Oh yeah. So they got 8,000 estimated for around that, and the last one, which was last year's, was 7,921.
And that's not bad,
So that
bro.
is, they're getting closer to that
Yep.
number. I'm not saying I want them to get to 20,000 again, but it's gonna take time. But they're slowly getting there, bro. Like the next
Right.
number is 10,000, and then
And bro, that's what the first All In had.
yeah,
So
and they've had it recently at times. It's just they don't have it all the time, which they should. But if they keep booking good shows, like the good weekly shows, not the pay per views, we already know those will deliver, which Dynasty
I
will deliver.
I
It's
feel like
weekly,
if WWE keeps failing, and I feel like if these ticket prices just keep soaring through the roof, they'll get more fans, bro. Because fans are gonna get tired of this.
and they want to
Like,
go
do you
somewhere
know the
cheaper.
gap? Do you know the gap between last year's WrestleMania numbers and this year's?
What's up?
Almost 20,000 fans.
That's the same building,
Same building.
but that's what it shows. If you don't care, if you don't put effort into your biggest pay per view, no one's gonna want to go.
So this is what they would have to do for night one and night two to see the same money as last year. Both nights would need about 10,000 more people.
Crazy, man. Did you see
Mm.
the card that they made officially for both nights? I think it
Um,
popped
I
up.
I have, but I want to wait a little bit closer before we get into that
All right,
because
that's
I'm
fine.
gonna get into predictions. But
Which will
with
be
that
next
said,
week.
Yes, sir. But with that said, we will be on tonight, following TNA Impact on AMC, and I don't know, bro. I'm kind of wondering, do we do Friday?
We're
Because
gonna,
Friday SmackDown has really been down the drain.
but it's gonna be a hard review. We're gonna be as honest as we can. If it's a good show, it's a good show. If it sucks like last week, we're just gonna be honest. That's how we always have to be.
Oh,
I feel.
absolutely. And bro, my bad. That dab's kind of still getting to me, but
Mine too.
yeah, it's okay, bro. I've noticed this whole time.
Uh,
But I just had to join you. My day off, so
yes,
yeah.
sir, man. But at least you get to enjoy some TNA tonight at 9 o'clock for me, 8 o'clock for you.
Yes, sir. And I think they're gonna deliver, bro. I just don't
I
know if they
hope.
delivered the way Dynamite delivered.
Yeah, I don't know. They were in Canada, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll
But
see.
with that said, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. You guys have been awesome. Thank you, Danny and Evan, for tuning in, and for Jordan and Audible Closure. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you later tonight, everybody.
Later, brother.